And we're back, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. Today, I will review a game called Infamous First Light. This is a standalone expansion to, I think, Infamous Second Son. And in this game, you play this young lady called Fetch. And she's a bit of a whiny character, constantly complaining about her dumb-ass brother being kidnapped by some bad guy. And throughout the game, you have to jump a whole lot of hoops for this bad guy in order to get your brother back, and I didn't really care about any of the characters because you spend very little time with them. So what is this game? It's actually a third-person action game, a superhero game. You get these powers, this lightning thing, and first of all you can sort of zip like a lightning bolt through the city. The city of Seattle that's really soaked in neon, and it looks really cool, it looks really flashy, but the point is that the city is really lifeless. There's not a whole lot of things going on in the city. There's no connection with the city whatsoever. And also the thing is that as you are just shooting through this city as this bolt of lightning, it really takes away any of the challenge that the previous games had, where you had to actually scale buildings and really zip over these power lines, right? I still remember those things, and that actually presented a challenge to get from point A to point B in a very interesting way of doing that, just jumping and sliding and doing all that. But in this game, it's just you can just basically just run over buildings like it's nothing, and again, it takes away any challenge. Also, if you're going to do a superhero game with powers, it is cool, right? Usually that is cool, but in this game, these powers are just too much. They're just overdone, and it just sort of becomes pointless. I really like the idea of having superpowers, but I'd like a more gradual grow of a character as he's still human, and he sort of learns how to cope with the fact that he has these superpowers. But in this game, Fetch is just completely, she masters all these things and she can do it right from the bat, and that's kind of just not very immersive. Now these powers can be upgraded. They're mostly offensive based, so you're just kind of shooting bolts from your hands constantly, but there are also certain combos that you can do, but they're kind of hard to remember. And the biggest problem in this game is just it doesn't really capitalize on those powers, as most missions kind of boil down to just shooting down a whole lot of generic looking bad guys with, as I said, these lightning bolts that you can shoot from your hands. So it just kind of becomes this bullet hell type of a game where you just spamming all these lightning bolts to these enemies that keep appearing. So you're just smashing these buttons or mashing these buttons, and you just kind of forget about the combos and all that, because the results are the same basically. And it looks all flashy and fantastic, but it doesn't play that well in a way. You know, even to the point where there's just so much going on the screen, you just can't really see what's going on. And I'm really scared for people who suffer from epileptic seizures and stuff, because this game is just going overboard with the flashes and stuff. So, and it's kind of disappointing that the Infamous series sort of went downhill with this one. It's just not a very good superhero game, and I really see this series to reinvent itself. That's what I think. It's kind of disappointing, Infamous First Light. So not really recommended for the 3 hours that it takes you to go through it. There are better games, and there's Superman around the corner. So Superman, no, it's not Super, and the new Spider-Man game around the corner. So let's see, and let's wait for that, right? Thank you for watching, and see you next time.